What's going on, everybody? Rob here. Today I'm going to do a little video on shoulder pain. So yes, I want to take off my shirt, so you're going to see I'm fat right now, but it's important for me to show you about the shoulder pain. I've been dealing with it, but I've been actually trying to figure out why it's happening, and it's really important for you to see the body structure on why the shoulder pain is happening. Okay, I'm 52 years old, so it's huge effect. Okay, so my 30 years of my life, I had bags on me, I had rucks on me, I had everything on me. So though my whole life I carried, and my shoulders just got developed like this, where I thought that this was the natural way of the development. So, you know, what a physical therapist showed me was put your hands at your side. So the hands at my side, my thumbs were pointing in like a gorilla. So anything I did, anything I worked out, anything, I thought I'm hitting those chests, I thought I'm hitting those back, but my shoulders were too far frontwards. Okay? So there's harnesses that you could put on. So let me get it for you right here. The harnesses come off for your back. You get these at Walgreens, you know, and they give you, see this is everything I worked out, everything this way. So you see the shoulder definition, this one's swollen right now still. There's like no shoulder definition, everything just rolls straight, because everything I was doing, everything was built upon this. So if you're sitting at a computer, if you're carrying something all the time or whatever, your shoulders are basically out of socket. This shoulder is out of socket, so everything I did was with this shoulder out of socket. So you put the brace on your back, and what it does is it brings your shoulders back in socket. So if your shoulders are in socket, your thumbs are pointing straight ahead. So you think you're going to put this on and put your little back brace on here, it's upside down, and then you're going to be good to go. I'm not going to tighten it right here, but it holds your back brace, and you'll notice your thumbs are pointing forward now. So I can't even get it off right now. So with your thumbs pointing forward, you can wear this for like 2 hours. I mean, you're gonna tell the difference in the middle of your back. That's when you're gonna say, well, I do back workouts, I do all that, but you're doing your back workouts and your shoulder workouts and everything with your ball of your shoulder basically in the front, so it's hitting the bone. You're crushing the rotator cuff right in here. So you have to get your posture right again. And when you get your posture right again, see, when your shoulders in front, you're like, man, I'm killing my shoulders, and there's no shoulders there. But when you put your posture right, then you're actually going to be working your shoulders, and you're going to notice the difference when you start doing everything overhead. When you start doing overhead stuff, that's when you're going to notice the difference. When you're doing everything pulled and everything down, your shoulders just out of socket and it's working. But when you start going overhead, you're hurting the ligament in your shoulders right here, because your shoulders are basically in the front. Your shoulders are like almost out of socket. You say, well, I'm going to go to a chiropractor. Wear these. Wear one of these, and then there's another shoulder exercise. So you see, I'll do it from the back. See, like everything you're working, your shoulders are in front of you. So everything you're working like this, your back, your shoulders are in front of you. Your shoulders are in front of you. So when you hike them back, you actually got to learn a different posture, because when you do this, your belly comes out. So you're going to have to stick your belly in a little bit more. When you do like this right here, and you think you're crushing your abs, it's a whole different ab exercise if your shoulders are in place where they're supposed to be, and then you do your ab exercise. It's a whole different shoulder exercise when your shoulders are back where they're supposed to be, doing different exercises. So what I challenge you to do is just stand. Have a natural stance, and you see my thumbs are actually, since I figured this out, my thumbs technically were really facing each other. So now my thumbs are almost frontwards. So here's another thing you could do. They sell these at Walmart. There's different things you could anchor with. There's a little one that you stick in your door anywhere in your house. But this is what I want you to do right here. Grab this right here, and you could do, I mean, it's really easy. You can start out like just holding it like this. and you're gonna notice the difference. You're gonna feel it in the middle of your back. Let me hit the front camera back on. All right, so you're gonna hold it like this, and you're gonna do these every time you work out. You could do these like 3 sets of 20. Don't kill yourself. If it is hurting you too bad, just hold it where it's not hurting. Just hold it where it's not hurting, and try to go further and further. And what that does is it works your back muscle, because all your chest muscles from working like this and working like this all the time is pulled this way. Even though you're working your back, you're not pulling the right muscles. So you got to train those muscles to hold back. So with this on right here, don't think you're gonna be wearing this for 24 hours, because when you start wearing it, it's a huge difference. And don't think you're gonna work out with it just to hold you up, because you put too much pressure right here when you work out with it. But you see the difference in posture right here? The difference in posture when I have that on. And then I noticed instantly once I put it on, my thumbs were facing forward. So anything that I've done thus point was harming my shoulders right here, because everything was in front of me. So let me take this off again. My shoulders are still sore. I ice my shoulders down, but you see the difference in the shoulder definition? Like when you're in the front, this is where your arms are and everything. And then when your shoulders are where it's supposed to be, then you see shoulder definition. So you see with the deltoid, there's almost no deltoid right there, because I was doing all my delts with my shoulders out of socket. So now my shoulders are back in socket, and it's different delt exercises. See, different delt exercises, shoulders out of socket, different delt exercises, shoulders in socket, different delt exercises. It's like everything, the hard ones to do still are the preacher curls, because you gotta lift your shoulder in front of you. You gotta lift your shoulder in front of you. Now I noticed a big difference on anything overhead. The shoulder presses, they're right here, and man, it was just killing me. It was killing me with shoulder presses. And you try to do these, and you almost can't get your shoulders that far back to do any of these. So practice with your shoulders. Practice with this. This is $21. They sell them at Walgreens. It sets your shoulders back in place. These are like $25. You get them at Walmart, and then you could put this in your door, like the frame. It's the instruction on the box, and then you just do this, and that actually trains the back of your muscle. And then you could lean up against the wall, and you lean against the wall, put a little pressure on the wall, and you lean forward into it, and you feel the pressure in here. Don't hurt yourself. Go really slow to start, where you could actually get a full stretch in there. And then another one is I do it with my hand. I'm starting to stretch this right here. To stretch all this in here, I just use my other hand, and I'm trying to stretch it right here. Basically, if you have a band too, you can put your wrist in the band. You put the wrist in the band, put it overhead, and then you stretch it. You stretch, because you got to stretch them shoulder sockets that for your whole life you were like this or you were like this. So even when you start to work out, you're working out. The best thing to do is put your hands in front of you like this, or actually they're supposed to be at the side, but just stand straight and see where they're at. And then now I always flexing my thumbs, because I'm flexing my thumbs because I try to make sure that I'm standing with posture. I wear this 2 times a day, 3 times a day for an hour or 2 if I'm sitting down watching TV. I have this on when I'm sitting down watching TV, so it can straighten me out. And then not only, let me see, you go from this to this, but then when from here, then you got to suck that in right there, and it's a whole different posture, and you feel it right in here, right down the center of your back. You feel the difference. All right, hopefully that helps you out with your shoulder pain. It's been helping me out with my shoulder pain, and there was no shoulder definition. I couldn't figure it out, and then I just know, well, I had a physical therapist told me I'm standing basically like a gorilla, because my thumbs, when I put my hands down, were in front of me. So here I was thinking I was all swole like this, and I was working out wrong. It's supposed to be like this. All right, hopefully that helped you. I ice my shoulder, the one that's really hurting me. I ice it. I put biofreeze on it, And I do these exercises right here straight, just a little bit. I do the shoulder stretches against the wall like this, and I do these behind me like this. All right. So when you're starting to work out, don't work out wrong. Make sure your posture is right. Talk to you later. Subscribe, like, and share.